Let's ride. Catch me riding dirty. Catch me riding. Catch me riding dirty. We're gonna get ready to ride dirty with the Bikeriders. Let's go. Hi, I'm Garcia.
I'm Telly.
And we are the HercastleGirls.
Hi, males.
Listen, if you love videos about entertainment, pop culture, beauty, fashion, you need to get on this train. So comment, like, and subscribe to this channel.
Yes, girl. Y'all know what to do. Just do it.
Now, we are going to take some time to
Let's.
talk about a film that was supposed to come out last year.
But thanks to something called a strike in Hollywood,
It did not come out. So we have a very unique situation here.
Yes, we do.
Where many people have seen this movie already.
Yeah, how it is.
Right.
Gonna be officially released.
Exactly. Disney dropped it, Focus Features picked it up,
Yep.
and now it is coming out June 21st. We are talking about the highly anticipated flick, The Bikeriders, directed by Jeff Nichols, written by Jeff Nichols,
Okay, Jeffy.
starring Jodie Comer,
Hey.
Austin Butler,
Okay.
and Tom Hardy.
Dang, that's a gorgeous cast.
Good looking cast. We're gonna try to keep it professional.
We're gonna try, y'all, but you gotta forgive us. We got some very good-looking people in this film. We're gonna do our best to be professional because this is being shown worldwide. So we will do our best to share with you and share some of our at the same time without
Professionally.
being.
The Bikeriders. After a chance encounter, headstrong Kathy is drawn to Benny, member of Midwestern motorcycle club, the Vandals. As the club transforms into a dangerous underworld of violence, Benny must choose between Kathy and his loyalty to the club. Right.
Most people would choose their partner,
Right.
in this situation, but in this case, there are a lot of people that would really sit there and debate, oh, who should I go?
Yeah,
with?
and-
My partner, or should I continue my loyalty to your job or
Yeah.
your commitment to your, in this place, bike club?
Yeah.
This is interesting.
I think that's the driving factor of this film, is this
Yeah.
idea that the characters all have a choice to make.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what choice is best for their situation? We also have people here, you can tell that everyone has had a past.
Yes.
You know, some of the characters are broken, some of the characters have issues.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see how this goes, because I was one of the people in the beginning where I was like, well, wait, what is the movie about?
You weren't alone. A lot of people, you saw the first trailer and you're like, okay, so
It's like, cool, I love
Cool.
these bikes and the noise and
the scenes
cute,
and
hot people.
but what is it about? And I
Right.
noticed that now as the movie is starting to come closer to the release date, things are starting to come out
Yeah.
as to what exactly
As
the
to
film
what
is about.
it is,
Long
yeah.
story short, that's basically what it's about. Benny has to choose between his wife
Right,
or loyalty to the club.
right. And there's all these things happening
In between.
Because we're watching this club go basically from a club to a
yeah.
gang
Yeah.
in a couple years.
Yeah.
And so there's that whole drama. Anyway, because we have so much content for this film,
Yeah.
we are going to do more than just watch the trailer. We are going to watch a scene or two and react to that as well. We're going to start with the trailer.
I've been thinking, I can't run this club forever. I built this from nothing. This is our family. You and me, kid.
From the beginning?
Yes, please.
It was the golden age of bike riders. I never felt so out of place in all my life. That's when I saw him for the first time. It took my breath away.
I'm Benny.
5 weeks later, I married him. I thought I could change him, you know? Not to be different, but to be, I don't know, like he's wild.
I told you to take that jacket off.
You'd have to kill me to get this jacket off. What about the bar? Burn it down.
The club got real big real fast. They started running drugs, gambling, prostitution.
Is that what this club is now?
I want you to quit writing.
Don't ask that. Benny. I need you.
You can't have him.
If he wants to ride a bike, he'll ride a bike. Hey, you know, just think it over, you know.
Okay. You know what's so fun with gangs? It always seems like fun until it's not. Listen, y'all, this is from the 50s to the 60s to now. The gang life isn't the life.
It hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed.
It still sucks.
The game is still there. Yep. Nobody wins in a gang. Even though
there
it
are
looks
only
like
a few places where you end up.
2 places specifically.
Jail and
the other one.
under the prison.
Okay. It's funny because I remember when we watched it and we were saying, okay, this looks cool. Yes, it's a great cast. Yes, we see a lot of things going on. But we still didn't know the plot. All we saw was, in truth, a bike gang just riding their bikes.
Yeah, and people getting beat up. You know.
People throwing things and
riding
their bikes some more.
Right, acting like hooligans, which...
But there was no... What was it about? I know that we love ourselves some Marlon Brando. If you've never seen the film The Wild One, y'all gotta see it.
It's worth going into the archives, everyone. As little children, and I've told people this story and they literally laugh. They were like, "Are you serious?"
Dead serious.
For some reason, as a little kid, became obsessed with Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando and James Dean.
Obsessed. And the one vibe that I am getting from this film is that we're finally getting to see James Dean and Marlon Brando in one film together.
That was like a dream for many people that are fans of both men like us.
Yes, I think Austin's out here, James Dean and Tom Hardy is Marlon Brandoing.
To see Austin Butler and Tom Hardy take on those characters, you see where it's like, okay,
the setup is right.
The setup is right. Your fingers are crossed. Like, okay, we're gonna get it. But you're still like, what's it about? Even though they do have a description of what it is about, I don't know, girl. There's just something.
Yeah, because there is this whole story too, where it's an actual, the journalist photographer. In actual real life, who met this gang.
Yes.
And took photos and interviewed members of the gang, including Kathy, who you've seen here, played by Jodie Comer.
The lovely Jodie.
Watching that trailer, you actually don't really know what's going on.
No. Like, if you didn't read the blurb of what it's about, you would have watched that thing and said, okay, a girl meets a guy, they fall in love, they get married for 5 weeks. Then there's then the guy and the other guy, they are talking about keeping the club alive. Then the guy asks one guy, is this club killing people now? Like, all these things are going on.
Exactly.
And, like,
and from what I've understood,
a lot of punching.
From what I've understood, there isn't as much focus on Kathy and Benny, Jodie and Austin's relationship as you think.
The director, Jeff, he steered away from it. Shows little pockets
and
of
maybe
their
better
relationship. And maybe. Because if you knew what happened, maybe you wouldn't want to. Anywho. But at the same time, because she's the one narrating the story.
Yeah, it's like.
Were you there though?
Is she too far removed? Right. Is she too far removed to be narrating this story?
Yeah.
Because it's like, wait, but she wasn't in the gang though.
No, she wanted Benny out. Like, he's mine. She wanted.
Right.
And then, Johnny was like, girl. If he wants to ride a bike, he's gonna ride a bike.
So let's go ahead and watch a scene or
Let's see what happens here.
see that? They're planning something. Look at all of them whispering over there. No, I'm gonna go. And that's when I seen Benny. Standing over at the pool table. Boy, who's that good-looking guy over at the pool table?
Kathy, you don't want to go out with him.
Why not? They don't look like the rest of these animals.
Because nobody wants to go out with him.
Why?
Because he cracks up on his bike. Every time he gets up on his bike, he has an accident.
Oh, okay.
Let me get you a pop.
Hey. I'm Benny.
Hello? Oh, so what are we doing here? Just, shooting the breeze?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I gotta go home.
Okay. You gotta go.
Y'all, we're all Kathy. Okay? We're all Kathy. It's like, okay, Benny. Girl. We're keeping it clean and classy.
I will say this.
Okay.
So that scene actually is well done. Like,
It is.
that scene makes me want to see the film based on this interaction between Kathy and Benny.
You know what I like with this scene too? Aside from the obvious. What I noticed, and this is why I didn't notice it before, I'm noticing it now. Tom Hardy says a lot without saying anything at all.
Exactly.
You see how, I love how the camera, they say, don't forget, but Johnny's sitting here watching these two pretty much get together. He feels threatened. He's like, who's this woman?
He's staring.
And he's leaning back like, what's going on here?
Who
This
are you,
Benny's
sis?
mine. Benny belongs to me. Who are you, Kathy, to come in?
I saw you looking at him.
And staring at him. And Johnny's like, no.
Yeah.
What's going on
I
here?
did love that.
I love that.
I love this idea of, and this is great filmmaking, great storytelling for people that are out there writing a book or a script. It's always super powerful to take someone out of their element and put them somewhere where they don't belong.
Exactly.
You take this woman, seems like a sweet,
Yeah, sounds like a normal girl.
middle class suburban woman who at this time, we don't know this, but in reality, she is a mom.
Yep, she was married already.
Already married, knows
Divorced
life,
by this
divorced by this
I
time.
think she had a boyfriend according
And
to the books.
they drop her in the middle of a
in the
biker
most
gang
uncomfortable place for
like
a
bar.
girl to be.
by herself.
By herself. Her friend, who's pretty much, like, I'll get you a pop, and she just pretty much leaves her there.
Leaves her alone with all of this stuff
Going
happening.
on. Yeah.
Right? And she's looking around, panicking. There's the cute guy at the pool table, but her friend tells her that he's no good.
He's a problem.
He's a problem. He's always meeting accidents. Even though, I'm sorry, they didn't do anything to make Austin Butler
What kind
look
of
like
man
he's been through an
has
accident.
teeth like that and gorgeous face like that?
His skin was glowing.
His skin was glowing more than mine. They should not put him in a tanning bed. They could paint a couple of bruises on his face.
Literally
make him look like a biker.
Yeah,
he looked like a supermodel biker. I guess like a Hollywood biker. Maybe that's what they were going for.
Right.
Drop Kathy in the most
absurd place.
Exactly. And she, like any girl that's in an uncomfortable position, she freaked out. She's like, oh, heck no, you're not leaving me. I'm out of here. Those guys are plotting. Right. That her mind started to spiral.
Right, exactly. Until she gets up and
sees this gorgeous man.
And I love what Jeff did there with slowing everything down. The music that was going and all that. Everything stripped away, and all you can hear is her breath, like so well
It's some breathy Marilyn Monroe business. Let me tell you something.
So well done.
Her breath was taken away.
So well done. And for people that are already fans of the film and have seen the real photos that were taken of Benny, who's pretty anonymous. No one knows what his actual face looks like.
You just see his...
they made sure that when Benny first shows up on screen, he's actually doing the same pose that Benny's doing in the book, which I thought was really cool. Jeff Nichols is very good at what he does.
Very good, yeah.
As a writer and as a director, he's worked on some pretty amazing films. People are saying that this is going to be one of his greats. So again,
we'll see.
We will
so
see.
Far, but this scene, yes, I agree. This makes people want to go and see it because this makes sense. You already see that there's a triangle.
Yeah.
I love triangle.
I want to see what happens next. Let's see another scene.
Okay.
Benjamin Cross of Benjamin Cross of Elmwood Park was arrested and charged with 18 traffic violations, but not before reportedly running through 7 stoplights, hitting speeds over 85 miles an hour in 2 20-mile-an-hour school zones, and causing damage to 4 municipal vehicles as a result of the pursuit. Cross is free on the $2,500 bond and will stand trial in Park Ridge Traffic Court on December 9th.
How many stoplights did you win?
They said 7, so...
So what?
So I guess that's the number. It felt like more.
He's such a delinquent. Did they force him to stay in the gym for the entire...
Okay, listen.
This man's arms are bigger than my face.
Maybe it's Dune muscles.
Maybe.
Leftover Dune
muscles?
girl.
Because I'm like, why are your arms so big? Not that that's a problem. It's just...
No, it is not. And thank you to the wardrobe person that said we should just put him in a denim vest.
That was smart thinking.
Apparently he's supposed to be 19.
Yeah, so in the books... Or in the book with Jody or Kathy.
Yes.
In the real Kathy, she said that they got married at 19. So, no. That's quite the 19-year-old. Like they just don't care about they have no regard for the law.
Yeah,
they could care less. They're like, we don't care. Arrest me all you want. I'm gonna break every rule. I'm gonna sit here with my little cigarette and I'm gonna play my pool.
Yes.
Nothing can move me or shake me. This is who I am.
Right.
Take it or leave it. That's Benny.
This idea of brotherhood, the idea of belonging and being part of a family.
Yes.
You see with just that short little clip that's like a minute long.
Yeah.
How connected and tight they all are. They don't judge. It's like you ran 7 stoplights. Yep.
And they laugh and they go about that's it. They go about their business. Like,
you know, the bits that we're seeing with Tom Hardy, I'm like, I love his God brood. He took this role.
Yeah, I love the broodingness that he's just giving in this entire film.
He has that sort of
brooding in the film. Austin doesn't have a lot of lines. There's no major monologues or anything like that. But both of them are saying a lot without saying anything at all. And I'm sure you'll agree. To me, a real actor is the kind that's saying nothing, and you see exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
you know what they're saying.
The face, the body, everything
portraying.
Should be acting. Right, and
he could care less. He wished it was more. He said it felt like more.
Right.
It felt like more than 7.
He probably feels bad that it was only 7. 15. Maybe he wants to go to the newspaper and tell them to
correct themselves.
Like...
The movie comes out June 21st. They're sure this time because they're doing all this press, so...
They're doing a load of press, and it'll be interesting to see how this film does. Will this film... I don't know if it's going to be #1 at the box office.
I don't know.
It is rated R.
It is.
So if there are any family-oriented type films coming out the same weekend, it will.
The family films will definitely take the first prize.
Plus, this is also very kind of an indie movie.
Yeah.
People that are fans of film, of cinema,
like us,
are gonna be more so excited about this movie than say someone who's just out here just to see the latest, action flick.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
It's finally gonna see it.
Finally coming out, and I have this deep suspicion that Benny's just gonna have us all in chokehold, girl.
Oh, he will. I think the film will be good, like you said.
Yes.
Will it be #1 at the box office?
This is a dramatic film at the heart of things. If you've seen Jeff Nichols' work before, this is a dramatic film.
Yeah.
This is not meant for the masses. This is meant, again, for people that enjoy cinema.
A lot of biker people will go because it's just to see the you're
culture.
into that. Even the vintage bikes.
Right, the culture.
That.
If you love videos like this, go ahead, comment, like, and subscribe to our channel. We want to wish you the best as we're gonna head out now.
We're gonna be riding dirty. Try to catch me riding dirty. Try to get just riding dirty. Try to get just riding dirty. Listen. Catch us on our bike. We don't have a motorcycle. We have a bicycle. We have a bicycle. My bicycle is really old though. Like I need a new one.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.